Okay, there we go. It is now fixed. I don't know why it keeps doing that to me every time the last couple of times. Okay. Hi, thanks for coming back. I finally got it fixed. Okay, so that's it. And we'll wait a couple of minutes before I get started. It may just... Okay. We lost the one person, which is okay. So I'm going to jump. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Okay, I was waiting a few minutes. Hi, I've got 2 in. Oh, how are you guys tonight? Long day for me. Hopefully it wasn't a long day for you guys. So we're gonna jump in. I know there's only 2 of you. Maybe we'll have some more people come in as we go. I didn't get the live announcement out as early as I normally do today because I was super busy. So there may be some stragglers from where I got it posted late. As you see in the chat comment box, I will be, for those who want it, after we go over some things, I am going to be doing card readings for anybody that wants them. So use the chat box as like a sign in. We'll get to that here later. But watched several videos the last couple of days. There's really only a couple that I really want to kind of kick in on because we've got a lot of there's been so much shit that's been kind of going on since I really did my last video, which was my live. There's been so much junk going on and so much funk just kind of really filling up the world, really. It's just yucky. Everything is just so yucky. We're coming up on a full moon, 26th or 27th. Looks like that's going to be the 26th into the 27th. So this is going to be a really good time to start getting everything prepped for a really good cleanse and just kind of purging out some, getting rid of some nasty junk, doing some cleansing and ushering in some new good energy. I know that's what I'm starting to work on. Hopefully all of you are going to work on the same thing because we so desperately need it. I'm going to adjust my screen because I feel like my head is freaking cut off. Just a little bit. Okay. I feel like you can see me now. So first and foremost, obviously we'll start with the latest and work backwards. Obviously yesterday the verdict was sentenced down for, the whole George Floyd trial. I mean, they got guilty verdicts. Still riot season. I cannot for the life of me understand why we have a jury of people who have deemed this man guilty of murder, and yet the community is still pissed off. It's still not enough. They still want to riot in the streets. Okay, I don't understand this. I really don't. I mean, I do. Deep down in my heart of hearts, I understand it. No answer is going to be good enough. I saw a sign that was made, and it told the whole story, and it gave the whole broad picture. It said, "We don't want justice, we want revenge." And that really kind of shook me. I don't want to say it shook me to the core or anything like that, but it it's so unfortunate. Oh, we lost one. Bye. I guess they didn't agree with what I had to say. Doodles. It's so unfortunate that we're at that place. That people aren't looking for justice, they're looking for revenge. But these are the same people who will scream in the same breath, no justice, no peace, that they're children of God. Hi, you're either back because you got lost, or I don't know. It's so not about justice. It is so much about revenge, and it is a really sad place that we're in. It makes me really sick. It makes my heart hurt for these people. I feel so sorry for them that's where their heart lives. That they can't look at a situation and feel the gratitude of the levity that these people went through with this whole jury, and say, okay, these people did exactly what they were asked to do, and you can't move forward. Instead, you still want revenge. You want this man's head on a plate. I am not going to sit here and say one way or the other whether I feel like this man is guilty or innocent. That is not for me to say. What I am going to say is that a judgment was handed down. The process happened. We have laws. This man's going to get a punishment for what he was found guilty in a court of law for doing. Yes, a man lost his life. Yes, George Floyd lost his life. But he was no saint either. I mean, he has attained freaking sainthood, and I'm sorry, when you hold a gun to a pregnant woman's belly, I'm not saying you deserve to die for that, but you're kind of a piece of shit. So, I can't get down with this. Oh, he was such a good man, and he was this great, I'm not saying he deserved to die. That's not what I'm saying. But he wasn't some great human being either, So, Stop the rioting in the streets. It should be done. It should be done. And right now we've got an incident going on in Louisville, and I've seen the video. I've seen the video of what happened. This dude was not complying with police. They did a takedown on him. They kept telling him to give him his arms, give him his arms. He refused. They punched him in the face a few times. Yes, they broke his glasses. And I'm going to say this, they broke his glasses. He was wearing glasses. And I'm not talking sunglasses. He was wearing reading glasses. Reading glasses. If you're not on Green Eggs and Ham, you on Facebook, I know I dog Facebook all the time, but some local friends of mine have invited me to this group, and you should really get on Green Eggs and Ham if you're on Facebook. If you still are on Facebook, you should really, really get onto it. Because there was a video posted 3 hours ago of the same man who was assaulted, as he likes to call it, by the police, confronting the Jefferson County attorney on the sidewalks of Louisville, and they were videotaping it, and he was accosting an attorney and yelling and screaming at him, and he's making this whole big deal. And there's a part of this video, I just lost somebody again. There's a part of this video where he there's a little clip where he says something, and I'm like, this right here is exactly what's wrong with the whole damn scenario. So let me go back. I digress. Let me go back. So as they're subduing him and trying to get his hands behind his back to handcuff him, an officer does punch him in the face. And in this instance, they break his glasses. So he has a contusion over his eye. Obviously you can still see where, he's got a black eye. And of course, people in the background are screaming, don't hit him in the face. You can't be hitting him in the face. Stop it. What are you doing to him? Well, if you're resisting police, they're going to make you comply. It's real simple. We say this over and over again. If you just do what the police ask you to do, you're not putting yourself in a compromising situation where the police are going to have to manhandle you. If he had just given them his arms and put him behind his back like they had asked him to do, and he had complied with their instructions and their orders, he never would have been manhandled or punched, or his glasses had been broken, and he would have never had the contusion and the injury to his eye. But of course, they don't see it that way. Now, in the video where he today has accosted the Jefferson County attorney, he states in his statement to the attorney, where he's upset, that he had 20/20 vision, and now his vision is impaired. If you had 20/20 vision, why were you wearing glasses? Because in the video where the cop punches him, the girl that's filming it even says, you broke his glasses. You broke his glasses. And then after they cart him off, she pans down and shows the glasses and says, they broke his glasses. They punched him so hard they broke his glasses. But he's claiming now, after the fact, that he had 20/20 vision, and the police are the ones that have messed up his vision. Watch the videos. Watch the videos. Like, he's now telling that the Jefferson County attorney that he's going to haul in the Black Panthers. He's going to bring people in from out of state. They're going to start riding in the streets. Again, it is riot season. They have said it before. It is riot season. And what I find really interesting, sad, but interesting, Breonna Taylor's mother has come out and spoke out against Black Lives Matter Louisville because all the money and stuff that they've raised, she hasn't seen a penny of it. Now, I think that's a double-edged sword because, she's suing again for more money. Most of us with a brain knows that BLM is nothing more than a terrorist organization, and they're padding their own pockets. It's a for-profit organization. They're terrorists. We all know this. But what I find oxymoron type funny is either one, she's seeing this organization for what it is, or two, it's a little bit of both. She's starting to see this organization for what it is, and that they're out here using her daughter's death to make all this money, but they ain't sharing it with her. And now she's pissed because she thought she was going to see a cut of it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the second one. Oh, Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia. It's funny how money seems to motivate most of these people. It's a real big motivator. Really big motivator. Sorry, I'm turning my light on. Yeah, it's a really big motivator for most of these people. Again, the stench is just all over it's all over the place. So not only do we have this going on, before the judgment and the trial for George Floyd, we have old Mad Maxine out in the streets, and Officer Tatum. I don't know. Does anybody watch Officer Tatum? Just shoot a thumbs up in the chat box if you guys watch Officer Tatum, if you've watched any of his videos. Let me know what I'm working with here, guys. There's only 2 of you. Come on. Help me out a little bit. You guys have got to start watching some of this stuff. It's some really good stuff. Good content. I love Officer Tatum. He's great. He's a cop. Or was a cop. Great dude. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, just as an FYI, this is the video, by the way. The other situation yesterday, just so you guys kind of, I was watching it before I got on with you guys. That's why I was late. So Officer Tatum was talking about Mad Maxine, and she went to Minneapolis, which of course she has no business being in Minneapolis. Let's just call that for what it is. She's out of California in the San Francisco area. That's who she represents. So she has no business being in Minneapolis. Like, you need to deal with your own shit that's going on in your backyard or in your front yard before you start meddling around in what's going on in Minneapolis. Like, you don't need to be sticking your nose in what's going on out there. Basically, she was there for a photo op. They asked her, if she was going to stay around for the protest, and she was like, "Oh no, I'm just visiting from DC. I just wanted to just drop in." Basically, with, read between the lines, I just wanted to drop in and, driving. Gotcha, Red. Basically drop in and show some support for people in the streets. So basically you're going to come in and you're going to get them all riled up. Because at this point she's talking about how she wanted to see police reform go through, all the bills for House reform to go through, but she knew that the right-wing racists, so we're going to group, all the Republicans and all the right, the entire right as being racist. We're going to group that whole group of people together because they're all racists, which I find is hilarious because if you have someone who's black that's on the right wing, like, I don't know, Ben Carson. So is he racist? Is she going to call him an Uncle Tom? I mean, I guess he's racist against his own color people. Probably to her, I guess. She's grouping all these right-wing people together. She stands out there and tells all these people in Minneapolis who are already burning the city down over the past year, looting every business, torching police cars, doing all this destruction, that they need to be more confrontational. More confrontational. How much more confrontational can you get other than burning down your own motherfucking city? Like, and what happens several hours after she leaves Minneapolis? Some idiots in an SUV decide to do a drive-by on the National Guard. Luckily, none of them sustained any life-threatening injuries. But prime example, they're amping up their game. Okay, we're going to be more confrontational. Fuck getting rowdy with the police. We're going to drive by, shoot the goddamn National Guard now. Why the fuck not? But on, January 6th, or whenever it was, I probably got that date wrong, Donald Trump can tell people to go peacefully protest at the Capitol, and he's inciting violence and gets freaking impeached for it. But you got Mad Maxine telling people to go be more confrontational than you've already been, and you got people, drive-by shooting at the National Guard, and that's okay. I give her a pass on it because she's an angry black woman. I'll say it. I don't care. You can call me a racist. I don't give a fuck. If you call me a racist, that's fine. Fuck you. I'm not. But let's just get down to it. She's pulling the race card. She gets by with it because she's an angry black Democrat. Can I get a hallelujah? I'm about sick of that shit. And now they want to censure her. Really? How about get that bitch out of office? Ain't no censoring her. Remove her. And by the way, for those of you, if you don't watch Officer Tatum, he's a black guy. And he says this stuff. So, there you go. I guess the black people would call him an Uncle Tom too. So let's move on to the next topic that Officer Tatum was talking about that really interested me as well, because it's another whole thing that's going to get more rioting started. It is riot season. It is riot season. Everybody's talking about it. So be prepared. The Columbus shooting of the 15, 16-year-old girl that everybody's going to say was an unarmed young black woman, black girl. Has anybody seen the video of this? I've seen it. I've seen it in slow motion. So officers pulled up to a disturbance. There's people, pretty much everywhere causing a disturbance. As he turns his back for a second, this one guy goes to kick this one chick in the head. He turns and sees him kicking her in the head. It's on his body cam video. And also on his body cam video, the young girl that he shot and later died at the hospital that everybody's all up in arms about, you can see her with a knife reared back, going after another girl, getting ready to stab her in the throat. This other girl is like all up on the hood of a car trying to kick the girl with the knife. So what does he do? He opens fire on the chick with the knife. And he shoots her to save the other black girl she's attacking. Well, that's kind of a justified shoot, if you ask me. He shot the perpetrator to save another person's life from immediate threat of death and harm. Right? Because let's face it, if the girl with the knife had got this girl in the throat and she died, would they be marching for her life? Would they be raising money for her family? Because it was a black on, at that point, it would be a black on black crime. Would Black Lives Matter say anything about that? Hell no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't care about that. They don't care about black on black crime. The black dude that kicked the girl in the head, black dude, black girl. What if the cop hadn't been there to stop him from continually stomping her brains out and making her a vegetable or killing her? Would Black Lives Matter care about that girl and her family and her medical bills and what happened to her? Negative. No, they wouldn't. Sorry, I got to turn a light on. It's getting dark. Hell no, they're not going to care about her. Hell to no, they're not going to care. They're not going to be out protesting in the street for her. But because this white cop neutralized a threat to other people's lives, other black people's lives, mind you. Oh, he's a racist motherfucker. Ain't that some shit, y'all? Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? White people, we screwed, no matter what we do. I'm just gonna tell you, that's where we are. If you white and you watching this video, you are screwed no matter what we do. Don't try to help nobody. Don't try to do the right thing. Just turn a blind eye and keep walking. Because it don't matter what you do, you still gonna be called a racist. So it don't matter. I'm just saying. That's kind of where I am. That's kind of where I am. You're gonna call me a racist no matter what I do, so fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Which, I know that's not true. I have black friends who know I'm not a racist. I have coworkers who know I'm not a racist. But the general public, okay, let's just go with that. The general public, like these crazy hypocrite idiots. Like, it doesn't matter what any white person does. These idiots are still going to think white people are racist and that we're determined to keep them down and that we're determined to kill them all. There's nothing that's going to change their minds. I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess it's just been put in their brain for so long that they can't get it out. I don't know. So, yeah. That's fun. On to the next. I saw today, interesting, this is border action happening. The governor of Arizona has declared a state of emergency in Arizona, and he has ordered 250 National Guardsmen to the border. He said that since we're not getting any action from the Biden administration, that we're going to take care of it ourselves. And they're going to go down there to assist with medical operations, camera maintenance, monitoring, data analysis, logistics, and to give support to the local sheriff's departments along the border to protect the citizens of Arizona that live on the border. So kudos to you, Governor Ducey of Arizona. You the man. You the man. The hell with the Biden administration. He's gonna handle his business. You handle your business. I like it. You handle your business. Let's see here. That's all the notes I have there. Oh, here's a little teaser. So, Red, I know you're driving. I don't know if you saw this or not. Oh. But the night, Monday night we went to Louisville, and where we were, about midnight, down on Cherokee and Dundee, which was just, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 blocks from where we were. The guy that I was talking about with the that had been assaulted by the police and they messed up his vision, him and a bunch of his little cronies were on Dundee and Cherokee about midnight protesting, blocking traffic, throwing trash cans at cars. LMPD had to respond to deal with all of that. And like I said, it was about 4 or 5 blocks from where we were Monday night. And this happened Monday night around midnight. So remember how I was telling you we're going to a part of town. It's a really nice part of town, but make sure you're packing because I don't know what could pop off while we're down here. That's why. So yeah, I thought that was interesting that the same night that we were down there, just a little bit later, all that shit started happening. Of course, we got out of there long before all that stuff started happening. But that was, again, the reason why I wanted to make sure we were out of there before nightfall. It only happens once it gets dark, it seems. So, it's a good thing we went when we did. The next place we're going, Red, is off of Taylorsville Road. It's in J-Town. So, I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about that area. Not any protesting or anything has been going on in that area. So, again, this is why I do not go into Louisville much, because I have kind of started figuring out where they protest and where they don't, and I try to stay away from the areas that they are in, because I don't want to deal with it. So, Florida did a great thing, and I want to get the name of it right, so let me look it up, but they've either passed or they have proposed a bill. It's an anti-rioter. Anti-riot law. Let's see here if this is the same one. Yes, it's the anti-riot law. This basically protects individuals who hit motorists, who hit or kill rioters who are blocking the streets, if the motorist is fleeing from a riot situation where they are in fear for their lives, it protects the motorists. Kudos to you, Florida. Kudos to you, Florida. I mean, the governor is coming under some really harsh attack over it, but kudos to you, because I completely support that. Like, if you're in the middle of the street and I feel like you're threatening me, like, one, I'm going to either run you over with my car, or two, I'm going to shoot you. You're, one, not going to tear up my car, and two, I'm not going to allow you to hurt me. So I guess y'all will see me in prison if it happens in Kentucky. I'm just saying. Be adding some speed bumps to some highways. So, all right. Next on the agenda. I feel like I am flying through some of this stuff tonight. Red, I know you and I were talking about some stuff. Monday. I need to get you that dragon's blood too, Red. I'm going to take it. See, tomorrow, are you in the, I can't remember if you're in tomorrow. Yes, you're in tomorrow. Okay. And I have to make our appointment for Friday. I forgot to do that. I need to do that. Make myself a note. Friday appointment. Red, I know you're driving. If they're booked for Friday, do you want me to try for Saturday? I'm putting a Post-it note on my laptop. Okay. So I make sure I do that when I get done here. Yes. Okay. Or Saturday. Do you need both or just nails? I just need my nails done. You can just say one or two. Okay, gotcha. Nails only. Gotcha. Perfect. All right, I'll get that booked tonight. So I'll bring the dragon's blood to you. I have a recipe for moon water for you. And I have a book that I got to pull out of storage for you. That you will find interesting. This one is not for Vesta. This one is for you. I'll get it out tomorrow on break and have it for you on Friday or Saturday, whichever day we go to town. It's not one that you're going to sit and like read from front to back. It's something you're going to kind of just glimpse through. So throw that out there. It's more like a reference that you're going to like pick out certain things that are going to be interesting. So, book from storage. Make a note about that too. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns? Any topics that you guys want to bring up that I have not hit on that have been happening over the last few days that you want to have a roundtable discussion about? Okay. So getting rid of yucky. Let's go over that really quick. Because I know I talked a little bit about that in the beginning. Something that there's several things that you can get to get rid of yuck. So first thing, if this produces a lot of smoke, okay? So if you don't want your house to have, this is not going to be for you. First thing is a lovely sage stick. Okay, these things are great. When you do this, you're going to. I have a huge one. Sometimes what I'll do if I'm just doing the room that I'm in is I will actually cut a chunk off the top, like with scissors, and I put it actually in the top of a candle, like a candle top, and I burn it. And I just, and usually I keep it set up here on my desk, and I'll burn pieces of it. And I just got a bunch of it everywhere. Throughout the day, just a little bit at a time. But if I'm doing my whole house, you have to light the whole stick. And they make smaller sticks than this, but I use so much of it that I get it in the big stick, because it lasts me longer. But you have to do around every window frame, every door frame, every corner of your house. What? Yeah, explain. Explain about the smoke. Okay, so like I burned this today. It says smoke. Like, let me just do a little piece here. When you light it, like I have just a little leaf here. It's going to burn for a second. And then you can kind of see it smoking. See the smoke coming off of it? That's just one leaf. Okay. So you can imagine how much smoke comes off if you light this whole thing. There's a lot of smoke, but that's the whole point. That's the part that cleans. Okay. But again, you have to do like your room is a square. Okay. You got to do every corner of your room, the doorway, around the windows. You have to do it all for it to really work. If that's not your cup of tea, they make a wonderful sage spray that you can use. You can get this anywhere. You can get it in any alternative shop. You can even get this on Amazon. Getting rid of the yuck with the sage. Yes, gotcha. In conjunction with the sage, you can use grounded sea salt and put that in the corners, across your window ledges. You can even put it in, like when you wash your windows in the spring, you can put it in with the water that you use to wash your windows. That works really well. You can, I like black salt across my doorways. I usually only use the black salt in the front door, back door, if you've got like a side door, across the thresholds there. Something else that's really good for those is mini selenite sticks like this. They're small enough you can put them right on the top of the door frame. Those are really good. Black salt's usually one of my go-tos, more so than the sea salt. Sea salt works good, but if you've really got some super funk, black salt's the way to go. It's the best. It's the most potent. Like it drives out a lot of that negative, and it creates a really hard barrier to get through. So those are really good. Especially if you have, like with me, I have hairline cracks in my auric field. So stuff can seep in. It doesn't come in all at once, but it slowly seeps in. So keeping an area energy clean is super important for me. Otherwise, I get bogged down with really funky stuff. So I have to really be careful about that. That's why I sage a lot. I use this. I use the spray. I use the salt. I keep selenite. I have selenite in my office at work. I keep stones everywhere. Red got a little taste of that in my house. There's stones everywhere. On my desk at work, on my desk at home, in my bedroom. I mean, they're everywhere. And I even have so many that I have a huge plastic baggie of them that I don't even have out. So they are everywhere. So yeah, that's yeah, lots of good stuff. But yes, so that's how you're going to sage. To you, and dragon's blood incense is really good to burn with the sage. And another note, make sure I put that on there, the dragon's blood. I gotta bring you some of that. Okay, I've got a list for you, Red. So yes, those are the things I need to bring to you. All right, any questions about any of that? Any questions about that? full moon's coming, kids. Gotta start prepping for the full moon. I gotta clean all my crystals. So you're home now, Red, yes? Ah. All right. Okay. So Miss Red. We've got you've got to turn your mind off. Okay? And when I say you have to turn your mind off, this is logically speaking, okay? The intellect side, and I'm gonna relate it to work because it's showing me the intellect side. The intellect side, you've got to shut it down for a little while. It's having a negative impact because it's in reverse. Okay, so I would say that the base meaning of that is burnout. Okay, and I can objectively say that because unfortunately I know that's I can see where that would happen, especially lately. And it's also something that you and I have talked about. So I can see where that card makes sense in that aspect. And this is the problem with sometimes knowing the people that you're reading is that this makes sense. It makes sense to me. And you've got to you got to shut that off. And it may not even be taking it home, worrying about it. Like, and I'm going to relate it to your previous job. You've got to know when to flip that switch. You were able to flip that switch when you left the walls of your former employer. You could turn that switch off and stop being that employee. When you leave the walls, like when you shut the computer off, you've got to flip that switch and stop being the employee. Okay? So you need to adopt that practice right now for this job for a little while. Because you're juggling way too much. That was the next card. You're there's kind of a whole lot of irons in the fire. And that doesn't necessarily just mean work. That can mean home. That can mean everything. Because your emotions are kind of upside down, but it's stemming from all these other things that are leading up to it. So you're kind of off kilter. You're off balance emotionally, but it's because of all these other things. You've got too many projects. You've got too many projects going on. God, girl. That's hilarious. Okay, so you remember the other night when we were going through them when I first got the new ones, right? I want you to see what was just pulled, because it's going to make sense to you. It's not going to make sense to anybody else that's watching this. Go ahead and put a Holy Sugarfoot or an LOL something, because you know, like, I don't even have to tell you that, right? I mean, and life is good for you right now. You're just over freaking whelmed. Like, you're not resting. You're not sleeping. You're not sleeping. Why are you not sleeping? You haven't told me that you weren't sleeping. Why are you not sleeping? I'm trying to discern if this is you or if this is something else coming in. So just give me a second. This isn't you. This isn't you. This is something else. This is something else coming in. We lost one. This is somebody else coming in. Let me move these to the side for a second. Because this... No, I'm not. That's not... I don't know who that's for, but that's not what we're doing tonight. I'm not... There's one person on. I'm not playing this game with whoever is doing this. No. Hang on, Amanda. I hate when that happens. Okay. There's that no sleep card again. Are you home alone? Nobody's there with you. Who's a recluse? Like serious recluse. Like okay. Um and I say that because there's a younger individual, okay, whose emotions are all over the place. Like all freaking over the place. Like, and when I say all over the place, I mean it's like a freaking roller coaster. Um and when I say younger person, it's almost like it's an adolescent person. And the parent, their emotions are all over the place too. Oh shit. Um there's some bad habits going on between some very reckless behavior. These aren't you. I don't know if this is somebody you know or if this is somebody that's going to watch this or um there's some these behaviors are toxic. Um there's a struggle going on between two male figures. One is viewed by these two individuals as being like all knowing, all like everything is right that comes out of this person's mouth. Like they think he is like they've put him on a pedestal as being like all knowing, all right. And then there's another male figure who is really down to earth. He truly does have their best interest at heart, but he's passive. He's really passive. And they're just kind of ignoring him, blowing him off. Like they don't want to hear anything that he's got to say, because this other person is kind of like a thief in the night. It's almost like he's stealing. He's stealing away with like their whole sense of reality, of what's really going on in this whole situation. Like he's blinding them of what's really going on. That this behavior is okay, and it's causing all this emotional upheaval in both their lives and between the two of them. There will be family that will intervene, and they'll be like a come to Jesus, and it's going to be ugly as hell. And it's going to feel like the world is crashing down around them when it happens. But on the other side of it, it will be good. And they'll realize that they've been pretty much betrayed and stabbed in the back the whole time. Is any of this making sense to anybody? If so, please let me know. Because other than what I'm seeing in front of me, this isn't making any sense about anybody that I know. Right. Okay, well, it's out there, so. It is out there. Thanks for not easing that up on me. Okay. If that is it, I'm going to be done with this for the night. Because Amanda, apparently, other stuff's coming through. Apparently, I have no control over that at this point. Oh, gotta love it. All right, so I'm going to end the live. I will be back. I'll try to do a short video tomorrow if I have time. Red, I'm going to call you. But this is it for tonight. So I hope y'all have a good evening. Blessed. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Adios.